Why is everyone seeming to give up after just one bad day? Seriously, what is really going on here? Because I have been seeing it everywhere lately. One rough moment, one or two weigh-ins that didn't go as planned, one craving that wins out, and you're ready to throw it all away like it never mattered. But today, I want to talk about why this keeps happening and what you can do instead. So, if you've ever felt like quitting after a bad day, then this video is for you. And trust me, I get it. I'm right there with you. But before we get into it, I want to share with you something that I created to help you if you're struggling. It's a free 5-step roadmap to reset your relationship with food without counting calories, obsessing, or trying to be perfect. It's short, simple, and something you can start right now, today. If you want it, comment the word freedom, and I will make sure that you get it. So, okay, let's talk about it. I want to start with a little real talk from my own life. These last few weeks, oh boy, they've been rough. I got hit with a pretty nasty sinus infection. I ended up having to go on steroids for it. I'm still not completely over it. And if you've ever been on medicine like that, you probably know that they come with side effects like puffiness and bloating and water retention, swelling in the face. And for me, the scale started creeping up. And then after that, my weight just kind of stayed the same. No movement at all, which, by the way, can be just as frustrating as when it goes up. Now, let me be very clear. I haven't changed anything major at all in my routine. I am still eating my plant-based nourishing meals. I'm still saying no to processed vegan junk food. I am still walking every single day, even though it's shorter and I don't feel great. But guess what? The scale didn't care. It still ticked up. Then it just stayed there. And that really messed with my head. It would have been really easy for me to spiral right then, to say, well, see, what's the point? Or I'm doing everything right and it's still not working. Or maybe I'm broken. But I didn't let myself go there. Not this time. Instead of beating myself up, I took my own advice. I paused and I reminded myself, this is just data. It's not some moral scorecard, and it's definitely not a reason to quit. You know, our bodies are complex, and healing isn't always going to be linear. You've got hormones and inflammation and sickness and meds. There is so much that affects the scale. And I said out loud, yes, because you guys know me by now. I'm a little crazy, and I talk to myself out loud. Carrie, you are still showing up. You are doing the work. You're eating the nourishing foods. You're moving. You're healing your body. This is just a brief moment in time, and it is not the end. Because the old me, I would use something like this in the past as a reason to self-sabotage. I would say things like, I gained weight anyway, so I might as well just go ahead and eat that. But this version of me, the one who's lost 200 pounds so far, who is healing her body, who's going for her goal and gonna reach it, she talks to herself very differently now. She keeps going even when the progress isn't obvious. Now, here's where I find most people get stuck. They think one off day or one bad weigh-in means they're failing. So they stop trying. They tell themselves stories like, I'm never going to get there and this isn't working. I messed up, so what's the point in continuing? But let me tell you something. One bad day does not undo all of your progress, and it definitely doesn't define your worth. What it does do, if you're not careful, is trigger those old patterns. That all or nothing thinking, the perfectionism, even the shame. And once that kicks in, it's not about the food anymore. It's about the story that you're telling yourself. And I want to be honest with you. I have had those moments too, just like everyone. In fact, I want to share something pretty vulnerable. About 6 months ago, give or take, I filmed this clip on my phone. It was just me talking to the camera. I didn't have a channel or anything. It was just like a journal. And, I was at a low point and I was frustrated and I was tired and I was overwhelmed. And I didn't feel like anything was working. I recorded it not to post, but to remember how I felt. But here is a little clip of that moment that I wanted to share with you guys. You can't depend on other people to help you or to save you or to prop you up. You have to pick yourself up. And I'm not saying that you don't need support, because you do, and everybody needs their support. And the whole point of this is to get healthy and to continue to stay healthy. And I am fighting for my life. And I realized today that I have to keep my emotions, like I can't use food to deal with sadness or being upset or mad, or when someone gets mad at me, to turn to that. I can't keep, like I said earlier, support is a must, but you can't expect someone to do it for you. You have to do the hard work yourself. I have to do the hard work myself. And that's what I knew it before. I've always known it. That was the one thing that helped me, was changing my mindset about everything, and not turning to food, and not when I have an emotion. Like, you have to feel the emotions. I just sat in those emotions. Like, I just felt those emotions, and it hurt and it was hard, but I got through it. And I had my regular dinner, and I didn't vary. I just found something to do to kind of, at the moment, like where I would have picked up something I shouldn't have. Now, that version of me, she could have quit, but she didn't. I didn't. I kept going, and I made it through. And now I'm 200 pounds down from my highest weight. But I'm still in process. I'm still going, because this isn't some short-term thing. It's a lifetime. It's a lifestyle. So here's what I want to offer you. The next time that you have a rough day, a bad moment, or maybe the scale doesn't move, don't give up. Zoom out and ask yourself, am I doing what I said that I would do? Am I honoring my body today? Am I staying true to the person that I want to become? If the answer is yes, even partially, then you are still in the game. You haven't lost anything. You're building resilience, and that is what this is really all about, isn't it? It's not just willpower, not even just about food, but learning how to keep going through the mess. Now look, I'm not saying ignore it if you're stuck long term. If the scale keeps staying the same for months, or even if things start to go backwards for real, then yeah, you need to get curious, but don't panic. Assess the situation. That's what I plan to do. if this kind of keeps going nowhere. And I will take a closer look at my routine, my food, my sleep, my stress, and I will get really honest with myself and I will make the adjustments that I need. But what I won't do is quit, because I'm not doing this for fast results. I am doing it for my life. So back to the question we started with. Why is everyone giving up after one bad day? Here's what I think about that. It's not about the day. It's about the story. People give up because they never learned how to feel discomfort without escaping it in some way. Because they still tie their worth to a number. Because diet culture trained them to be perfect or be nothing. But healing and real transformation, it lives somewhere in the middle. It lives in the days when you don't see progress, but you do show up anyway. And that's the kind of life that I'm building for myself. And that's the kind I want for you, and the kind of healing that I want for you. Look, I don't know what your last bad day looked like, but I know that you don't have to stay stuck there. Keep going, even when it's hard. Rest, but don't quit. Believe in your own comeback. One hard day doesn't define you. One brave decision to try again, that just might. So if you're still here watching this, thinking about your next steps, then you haven't given up. And I'm proud of you for that. If this has helped you, let me know in the comments and tell me, what you're walking through. I, want to keep going with you. So if you want to keep moving forward and you found this video helpful, then you might think this video right here is good. So let's keep walking this journey together. And remember, until our next conversation, stay kind to yourself, eat like you love yourself, and keep going. You are doing better than you think. Bye for now.